Good morning. I figured I would bead and then, so anyway, as I was trying to say yesterday, but apparently I did not get it out in my, video. Okay, so a couple years back, I was having some issues on Facebook. I was really going through something really bad, and I really needed some of my, in quotes, friends, and like none of them wanted to hang out, or they were just only friends online. They didn't want to hang out. They didn't want to hang out any other, they didn't want to hang out. They didn't want to do any activities aside from, oh, I feel bad for you, or blah, blah, blah. Or I'd see posts about these friends. I naively thought that I would control how many friends I would have on Facebook. My thought was I would have only friends that I actually would talk to or hang out with in person on my Facebook friends list. And that still never changed. I mean, when I opened my account in whatever year it was, that was my philosophy, was I would only friend people that I considered people I would hang out with. And that's why I really only had, I'd say, 90 people on my list, 100. I never really maxed over 120 at most. Making these, they're just those little tiny beads with that metallic paper. But okay, so I was really going through some hard times. I have depression. I choose not to medicate for it, because I believe that I need to learn to figure out how to handle the situation so I don't feel sad and don't feel depressed. And for a while there I didn't, and I was seeing a therapist, and she wasn't really helping. Not therapist. Yeah, therapist. Not the kind that can prescribe meds. I was stupid and didn't get the right kind. I wanted the kind that could prescribe meds. Anyway, because for a while there first, I actually, when I would see my doctor, my practitioner, they have these questionnaires where you can fill out, see this, the ink, where is it? Over here. The ink is kind of coming off on my fingers. It's smearing a little bit, but I kind of like that effect. Don't worry, I've still got to shape the bead, but I like that effect. Here's what it looks like up close. Anyway, so at first I was reaching out to my doctor, the one that prescribes me my medicine for my birth control, for my hormones, because I'm going through perimenopause. If you didn't know that, it's been pretty hard on me emotionally for that, because at the time I was 37 and just wasn't, none of my friends were experience any of the side effects like I was, and they're like, oh, you're too young, and then they just dismiss everything because I'm too young. And it was annoying. It was a bad time for me emotionally. So I wrote on, because they give you this like questionnaire when you go to the doctor, and it asks if you're depressed, or a whole bunch of questions about depression, and I pretty much answered yes to all of those. And then on the other side of it was stuff about anxiety, and I don't really have too much anxiety. I get anxious when I come to a corner where a few years before that before I started, seeking out help. A lady, I had picked up my kids from, at that time, my oldest was in middle school. So this was several years ago now. And, anyway, as I was waiting for to turn left on a one-lane road, so that way you only have one lane of traffic going north and one lane of traffic going south. And so I'm waiting to turn left, and there's several cars. It's nice and bright and sunny out. It was a September day, because I remember I was picking up extra kids that day from school because my oldest daughter was going to be going up to a theme park, or an amusement park with her friends for her birthday. That was her that was her birthday party, was going to Valley Fair. It's an amusement park. I think they're owned by Six Flags, but they kept the name Valley Fair, which I'm thankful for, because that's just my, that's my childhood stuff there. But, I have a lot of memories about Valley Fair. But anyway, so the only time I ever really get anxious is when I'm at that corner now, it's not a corner. It's on this road, and I'm turning left to go towards my home, and the people will pass you on the right shoulder because they're so fucking impatient. They can't wait, because you're not really supposed to pass people on the shoulder. That is not how you're supposed to drive. That's not safe because, well, on that road, there's no sidewalk either, or, there's no place for pedestrians to walk, to go up and down that road. So they have to walk along the side of the road there. And there have been instances where kids almost got hit because people were too damn impatient and tried to drive around cars that were turning left. Yeah, I get it. People gotta be places, but you know what? You gotta also follow, I don't want to say you want to conform to every law, because fuck that. I don't conform to every law either. I'm not, I'm not saying that completely, but it just, so that's about the only time I ever get anxious, is when I don't even turn there anymore, because I can't do it anymore. I just have to turn at a different location, and nobody in the family gets it. Well, maybe my kids do. But yeah, this lady came up behind. She didn't even slow down. She was actually speeding up, because just right after that turn, you get to go 45 miles an hour instead of 30. And just right before, she was speeding up, she smashed right into the back of my car. And she's like 78 or 87 years old, and she's fucking driving. I'm sorry, I do not agree with fucking old people drivers. When you are old, when you're 70, you should have to go into the DMV and take your road test again behind the wheel, because there are so many accidents that are caused by old people turning out in front of like several years ago, there was an old couple. They pulled out in front of a cop with his lights on, speeding to a motorcycle accident. And they pulled out, they left a McDonald's parking lot. They pulled out in front of this cop who has his lights on and sirens going, and they get fucking killed. And then the family of those fucking old people sued the fucking cop, and the cop, had to lose his job, or at least take leave, because some fucking old people pull out in front of him while he's trying to get to an accident with a motorcycle up the road a couple miles. Are you fucking kidding me? Those are reasons why old people need to, go and get their behind the wheel taken again. Hell, there are some 25, 30-year-old people my age that need to go frickin' take their test again. Holy cow. Some people just don't know how to drive. But anyway, I'm still way off topic.